Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Mike Muldoon podcast. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being with me. Oh, my gosh, it has been crazy, absolutely crazy. And I'm here today because I want to talk to you, as always. But the thing is, we're going to get real today. One of the things I always hated about people who were in the self-help spaces, they always made everything just seem like it's perfect. Like, just look at this and just think this way and you're going to be perfect. But it's not true. Sometimes life can get crazy. My life has been insane lately. My wife and I decided to relocate back to England on a whim. There's so much going on, selling a house, getting rid of stuff. I've got an aging parent that's here with me that I got to make sure she's taken care of, but she'll be fine. I've got to get rid of this stuff. I got to figure out schools. I got to figure out new housing. I got to figure out everything. I mean, it is insane. The funny thing is, I've already moved internationally once and then moved back, and now we're going to do it again. And I have to tell you, it's been crazy. I mean, it's literally been insane for me. But the thing is, when I started this podcast, I said I always want to be real about people. Like, I'd like to, I'm not somebody who's going to say, hey, man, I got it all figured out. Everything's great. I got to figure it out. Let me just tell you how great I am and how I get through it. I don't. I've had some really bad moments this week, like sometimes where I've just been really frustrated or upset. And luckily, though, it's emotional awareness. I try to get myself from not going down the rabbit's hole, spiraling out of control. I'm emotionally aware, which kind of helps me out, from years and years of working on myself. But it's just important that if I'm going to be talking to you all and doing this podcast, you understand I'm not perfect. I'm still going through my own trials, my own tribulations, and I'm trying to figure it out. So for me, it's all about authenticity. For me, it's about embracing the importance of being real and being real with my listeners and stuff. Because, in a world that's often characterized by, filters and curated feeds and, like these carefully constructed personas, the value of authenticity, really stands out more than ever. And I want to be that person. I want you to see me, when I'm doing great, but sometimes I want to see, man, when I'm struggling, when I'm waking up in the middle of the night, I'm anxiety, panic, with so much things going on. Life, when it was just me, things could fall apart and it's fine. But now, I have a wife and I've got kids and I've got mortgages and things to worry about and all this stuff. It's frustrating. So, but I always wanted with my listeners, I want to be real. And being real isn't, just a trendy hashtag for me or a fleeting social media post. It's a profound way of living that, hopefully enriches my relationships with my listeners, but, also enhances, all of our self-esteems because it fosters that sort of genuine connection with others. So thank you so much for just being with me this week on this podcast. When it comes to authenticity, right, it really does form the bedrock of meaningful relationships with people. And as I did this podcast, and if you went back to the beginning, you started listening, it was all about connecting. It was never about influencing the masses. Sometimes it's just about influencing the few. And for me, I've just always wanted to be very authentic with my listeners. I always wanted people to understand that I'm just one of you and we're all figuring it out together. Because the thing is, authenticity forms the bedrock of those meaningful relationships, right? So when we're genuine, we invite others to connect with us on a deeper level, whether it's friendships, romantic partnerships, or just even professional collaborations. I mean, authenticity breeds trust and mutual respect. People are they're naturally drawn to those who are honest about their thoughts, feelings, and experiences, as it creates an atmosphere of openness and sincerity. I mean, how many times do you listen to people all the time? They just got it all figured out. Like, they've got every answer. They got every this. It's all perfect. They're great. Fuck off. God, that might be the first time I've ever cursed on one of my podcasts. Everybody has a day. The most positive people in the world who talk about positivity all the time. Oh my God, positive. No, you can't. First off, you can't live in a world of complete positivity because there's an importance of negativity as well. If you go back and listen to some of my previous podcasts, you'll understand that negativity actually helps us figure out what we don't want in our lives. And sometimes negativity can be a motivator to actually move you to what you want in your life. But anyway, I'm sure we could talk about that on another podcast. But what I'm saying is that, being real, having real emotions, real human experience is what is important. So this is kind of what I'm having. Like I said, it has been a crazy few weeks for me. I mean, sometimes not sleeping, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I'm up, I'm panicked. I'm trying to figure it out. There's just a lot going on. And at the end, I know it'll all work out. I know a year's time from now, I'll look back, and that kind of helps me out a lot of time is, I'll look back and I'll know, hey, it worked out. It's fine. And I know it because I've been in this situation before, because the thing is, I'm somebody along with my wife, like we always want better. Like it's not that we don't settle, but we're always just like, life's about living. And if you go back to listen to my podcast, my early episodes, it's all about life is about living. It's not about existing. We have a very finite time here. And if you have an opportunity to try to improve yourself, improve your life, improve your family's lives, or give better experiences and just basically improve the all around experience of life for everybody, you should do it, right? You shouldn't just be stagnant. You shouldn't let fear hold you back. But again, sometimes I get into this position where I'm at right now, and I just want you to know it. I don't want, to just sit here and be one of these guys like, oh, I've got it all figured out, because I don't all the time, So it's just important to try to be real. It's trying to be truthful, trying to be here with my listeners so that you understand sometimes, when you're going through this, it's okay. It's okay, because in these periods of, just trying to be real, it's and authentic with everybody, and sometimes being frantic, there's a lot of self-discovery and there's a lot of growth in it, because the thing is, being real with people and yourself and everything, it requires self-awareness and acceptance of oneself. And it means embracing both our strengths and our imperfections, understanding our values and staying true to our principles, I guess. In doing so, we embark on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. And I'm telling you, I'm going through it right now. It's crazy. But, by acknowledging our authentic selves, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and confidence that, I guess transcends external validation, because, a lot of my frustration or fear right now just comes from, I don't know, how's this all going to be perceived? But I'm also someone who doesn't really care about other people's thoughts. I have to live my life, but it's just, sometimes those thoughts come creeping in. But I also know by having these experiences and going through this and sharing them with you, which is the important part, right? Everybody always wants to talk to you about when things are going great, when their lives are perfect. And let me tell you how your life's going to be perfect. Let me tell you how I'm going to do this. Let me tell you how shredded you're going to be in 6 weeks from my program, because look at me. I don't know. I don't feel like there's their opportunity to inspire people to say, hey, look at me. I'm a real heavy set person right now, but I'm about to go on this journey and come with me. Or, if you're somebody trying to get into fitness or inspiring people fitness wise, saying, look, I ate 6 Twinkies today. It happens, So for me, I want you to know when I'm having my moments, when I'm being challenged and stuff, and hopefully it inspires, because it's in the authenticity that there's kind of this powerful catalyst that hopefully is inspiring to others. When we dare to be ourselves unapologetically, we empower others to do the same. Our genuine expression of emotions, which I'm having right now, and fears and anxieties, and of course aspirations, they can resonate, deeply with others who are around us, right? Encouraging them to embrace maybe their anxieties and their fears, but of course their uniqueness, and pursue, their passions with courage and authenticity, to understand, look, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a rough road. But I always say at the end of the day, you'll always be better for it, and when you go through something like this, it always builds resilience. Everything gets back to everything that you overcome, every fear, every challenge, everything you do always leads back to building resilience, like building a muscle. You work it enough times, your muscles will get strong. Living authentically, it builds resilience. It allows us to navigate challenges and, of course, our setbacks with greater fortitude, because our sense of worth isn't tied to some sort of external validation or, some societal norm. At my age and where I'm at, society might look at me and say, oh, you should be at this point in your life. Why aren't you there? And some people might cower and say, you're right, I'm not going to make a change. But instead, my resilience, to push through stems from a deeper seated belief in my inherent value and and this knowledge that I need to be living in alignment with my true self, which is that I always want to look to improve. I'm not running from anything. I'm just looking to improve situations. Again, life is about living. It's not just about existing in. And also the thing is, when you start pushing through and you live this authentic life and you're being real with people, there's a serious impact on your mental health. I mean, the importance of authenticity extends to our mental and emotional well-being. When we suppress our true selves or pretend to be someone we're not, that can lead to stress, anxiety, and a sense of disconnection from authentic desires and values. Conversely, embracing authenticity can lead to greater self-acceptance and reduced stress and improved overall mental health. I've talked about this earlier, from moving from lambs to lions, that you have to live your life. Stop pretending to be somebody that you're not. Be you, and your life will be easier. So anyway, like I said tonight, it's been tough, man. I mean, I've been, stressed out. My wife, I think she's been never seen me like this, because again, there's so many things going on. To the point, even my son broke his wrist this week. Just a random accident, just broke his wrist. It's just, there's been so much going on, but I got to keep pushing through. And again, I share with you because I know I'll be fine. In the end, it's all going to work out. But I want you to know right now, if you're starting something or considering starting something, that there might be, some stress, some anxiety, some fear, some depression, whatever it is. But you'll always be better for taking the chance than not. So, and don't hide that from people. Don't pretend to be, it's all perfect, everything's great, because it's okay. Because in essence, when you're living, authentically, it's a priceless gift. Not only do you give yourselves, but to others, because it enhances our relationship. It fosters better growth with people, inspires those around us, because they say, hey, you're going through it, I can do it too. Again, it builds that resilience and contributes to our mental and emotional well-being. So embrace being real, even in your worst moments. It's not always easy in a world, like I said, that often rewards conformity. Often rewards a world where on Instagram, everybody's living this amazing life. Social media, everybody's living this amazing life. Be authentic, because the rewards come in those genuine connections that you're going to make with people who see, look, you're a real person. And there's also going to be a sense of inner peace and a sense of fulfillment inside you that's really going to make that journey worth it. So just strive to be real, even your most down in your worst moments, okay? Be true to yourselves, be true to each other, knowing that our authenticity has the power to positively transform not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. Thank you guys so much for sticking around me this week. I appreciate you. I'm going to be traveling, moving, airplanes. It's just a crazy adventure going on right now. Relocation, international relocation for the second time. But thank you so much for being with me. Feel free, always, MikeMuldoonLC.com, or just reach out to me, Mike Muldoon at MikeMuldoonLC.com. Just feel free to send me an email if you have any questions, concerns, challenges, or anything. And thank you so much for tuning in this week. And as always, I got nothing but love for you.